Hey guys, how's it going? Pat here with Iowa Budget RC, and today we are starting on the Wild Willie. So I'm gonna get this thing out of the box, get all the parts laid out here on the bench, and speaking of my bench, I need to organize it. But anyway, get all the parts laid out here on the bench, find out what we've got and what we need to do. All right, so looks like we've got just about everything we'll need. Chassis complete except for the battery cover, which goes back here. Body mounts are all there. The body's here. It's actually not even finished. It's missing like the headlights and stuff like that. We have those. The body has been broken, so as you can see, it's missing a piece and it was horribly glued back together. I might sand on that a little bit because it is epoxy, but I'm just gonna paint it black underneath of here so you don't really see any of that. And I'm gonna try and repair this some. And I've got these stickers of engine turned metal that are left over from doing Grayson's dash. And so I'm going to integrate these into fixing the fender. And they're vinyl, so it should bend around like I want it to. But you see old Jeeps with like aluminum on their fenders or whatever, so that's what I'm gonna do. We've got the lenses for here. Obviously we've got our driver figure and all the parts for that. So the stick shift, the steering wheel, the winch, whatever. This actually has a winch on it. Maybe I'll put dual winches on it, one on the front, one in the back, because I don't have the spare tire part that goes on the back. Looks like I'm missing a tailgate too, so it is what it is. We'll figure that out. We've got the directions that came with it and the addendum, and so that's kind of cool. The headlights, maybe those are the spotlights, I'm not sure. Yeah, I bet they are. But anyway, we've got those on that tree extra. We've got, of course, extra axle parts because these come with them. I'm not even sure what all of this stuff is. It might not even be used on some of them. Who knows? But we'll go through and figure out what, if any, of this stuff I need. That looks like right there could be the battery cover, or we can maybe make it work as one. So we'll see. Yeah, not really sure. Maybe that's the battery plate that goes across the back. I don't know. Never built one of these. I've got a brand new 1060 that I got a good deal on eBay. I bought a set of 2 of them for 15 bucks, so you can't beat that. And they're the Tamiya ones, but whatever, you know, we're putting them in a Tamiya. And then of course we've got the wheels and tires. The tires are a little bit dry, but they will be okay. They're not cracked or anything. And these rims are kind of worn. I'm not sure if I'm going to take my chrome paint pen to them or what I'm going to do yet. But yeah, let me get all this stuff off the bench and we'll kind of assess the chassis and what we need to do to it. Oh yeah, we've got a full decal kit for it. I don't know how much of that I'm going to actually use. I know I'll use the dash and probably some of the sponsor decals. And then we've got a random bag of parts here. It looks like the short bumper's in there, so cool, because I want to change it out to the short bumper. I was actually going to cut this bumper if I had to make a short bumper out of it. But yeah, all right, let me bring you back here in a minute. All right, guys, so I'm looking over the chassis, and for the most part, most of it doesn't look too bad, but we got a problem. Right there. We've got a broken chassis. And yeah, I don't know what I should do now. Because the chassis are one big piece, and then these frame rails are just a cover that go on there. So, I mean, structurally it doesn't really seem to be hurting it at all. When you twist on it and pull on it and whatever. So maybe we'll be all right. Maybe I could just put a piece of aluminum or another piece of plastic or something over it. I don't know. We've got this brace from a Falcon that I didn't use that maybe I could steal a piece of it and put it on there or something, just to kind of give it some strength. I don't know. But that's kind of not going in my favor for this thing. Like I say, I bought this thing super cheap, so even if I did really have to replace the chassis, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Yeah, but it's the whole bulkhead right behind where the suspension arm mounts. But the rest of the chassis looks to be in good shape, or as my English friends say, pretty good nick. I think it's cool because it does have the original resistor and resistor cover on here, and it's never been used. There's never been any wires put on there. It looks like it might have some solder on it, but it's never been used. It does have a Futaba servo in there, and so that's a good thing. It feels pretty good. Whether or not it works, I don't know. But and then for a motor in this thing, we're just going to put a regular 27 turn silver can in there because I've got a ton of them. Got a brand new one right there. So that's actually one from the Clodbuster. So it's never been mounted, never been used. I've also got a 550 too. I don't know. Do a 550 can. But anyway, so that's kind of the plan for that. And then we'll move on to the body. So I'm going to call this thing the General WILLY. Spelled W-I-L capital L-E-E, like General Lee. And yeah, the body's broken back here a little bit too. Again, not a big deal for what I'm going to go for. So it's kind of going to be a race Jeep, I guess, but we've got all the parts to make the interior look like it's supposed to, and all the decals and stuff. I'll have to paint the nitrous tank. I've actually got the second one that came with the other piece, so I might end up putting that in here too. I think I have a Clodbuster blower that I might put on the hood. I don't know. We'll see. And it's going to be painted General Lee orange, or as close as I could get. It's actually a Rust-Oleum color. But then, of course, we've got to fix this. So that's not to my favor, but it's, like I say, it's epoxy, so I think I can kind of smooth it out a little bit and just paint over it black. I don't really care. It's a monster truck. It's going to get played with. It's going to do wheelies. It's probably going to crash, especially with me driving it. But yeah, I think painting this thing orange, I'm not going to put an 01 on it, but I'm going to do the driver up orange, the interior tan like the General Lee was, and yeah, whatever. So and again, I don't know what I'm going to do on the wheels because the chrome's kind of worn on those. But this is what worries me, or should I worry about that? I mean, like I say, the chassis seems nice and solid, and I can't rock it back and forth when I'm pulling on it. So maybe it'll be okay, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll last a lifetime, maybe it'll break the first time we play with it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna make the driver look like Bo Duke and the Dukes of Hazzard when they wore their race suits. So if I can, I'll give him blonde hair. If not, then it'll just say Bo Duke on it or something. So yeah, all right guys, well, that's that. And next video you see, we'll be tearing into this, getting I want to remove that rear end and put grease in there because it came with a whole tube of Tamiya grease that's never been punctured, so guarantee there was never any grease put in there. Other than that, I think it's pretty much ready to start putting together, and get the roll bars and stuff off the body, and we'll start painting it and kind of go from there. So alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more General WILLY.